ladies, welcome to my labor and delivery plans. Plus, I'm going to finally share my due date with you guys because I have been purposely not sharing that information because I don't know when it is. Okay, so welcome back. If you are new, make sure you hit the subscribe button, become a part of this growing family. I'm not going to make it too long because we are experiencing a heat wave and it's just really hot, and I turned off the AC for you guys. So I'm going to get this done really quickly. But I wanted to come and give my labor and delivery plans. Yes, finally, I do have a plan, okay? So, I've had several children. If you don't know, I'm pregnant with my 8th child. So, I've never really been part of the planning type of thing where I was like, yeah, let's set a solid plan, and this is what I want my labor to be. I've never actually done that. So in this video, I'm going to talk about what that plan is, because this time I actually decided that I want to set a plan. I want to have a plan in place because I know what type of labor I want and I don't want that disturbed. Okay, but first let's talk about my due date. My due date, my official due date is August 12th. Will we get there? No. Because every time I go to the doctor's office, they are just telling me that they just want me to get to full term. That is it. If they can get me to 37 weeks, it would make them happy. Excuse me. If you don't know, I'm dealing with hypertension and gestational diabetes. They're not really concerned about the gestational diabetes right now. They're just worried about the hypertension. Now, my blood pressure has always been crazy since I went in there. I mean, really high. And so all they're trying to do is get me to full term, which is 37 weeks. So that's why I haven't really mentioned my due date, because my due date has nothing to do with anything. They said to me when I first walked in there, because of the hypertension, I'm not allowed to go to 40 weeks. They refuse. They refuse 41 weeks, because if you don't know, I went to 41 weeks with my son. I had hypertension then. What ended up happening with him is he wasn't small, because I know they said that they can cause small babies. In fact, he was one of my biggest babies. He was 7 pounds, 10 ounces. But what did end up happening is my placenta aged. And when I gave birth, he was very lucky in the womb that nothing happened to him, because my placenta stopped working and it broke off in pieces, and they literally had to take fistfuls out of my vagina up to their elbows inside my vagina, pulling out my placenta. So that wasn't fun. Not at all. I hated it, but it is what it is. So once I told them that, they said they refuse to go to 41 weeks. That is not even allowed. They said they have no tolerance for 40 weeks, and they have very low tolerance for 39 weeks. So we are looking at between 37 and 38 weeks. Because I am who I am, I'm very demanding and very forceful, I am going for 38 weeks. They can tell me all they want, 37 weeks. I will keep saying 38 weeks. I would like to let this baby grow as much as possible, and I would like to go into natural labor, but on my own, without any drugs, without being induced. I would really like to do that. Okay, so we got that out of the way, right? So we know my due date. Doesn't really make a difference because we don't know. What we're basically going towards is like the end of July. So if you want to calculate that, because I know you ladies, some of you ladies were asking me when my due date was, it means nothing. That date meant nothing. It just didn't since the beginning. Okay, so the end of July. Let's go with that, right? End of July. We don't know when, but the end of July. Let's go there. Let's start there. So my plans. So I really want to have a natural labor. Now, I know. I can't believe I'm saying this out of my mouth. I've had 2 natural labors, and they have been beautiful for me. And then I've had labors where I've had the epidural, and it was good one time. I've had the epidural, and then I've had the epidural where it was terrible, and it didn't make any difference. And then they ended up shutting it off, and then I'm just natural anyway. So, excuse me, I'm gonna burp. Too much air, sorry. I'm so sorry, excuse me. So I just figured, you know what, let me just labor for as long as I can at home. That's the plan. So we're going to labor at home for as long as we can, and then we're going to get to the hospital hopefully in the time of me just pushing. So I am going to write out a labor and delivery plan. So you want to hear it? Let's go. Because I didn't write it down yet, but it's on the top of my head. It's in my heart, so I already know. All right, so let's talk about it. So like I said, labor at home for as long as I can, until my body starts telling me it's time to go. I have these cues. My body has these cues where it's like, okay, you need to go. Once the contractions are on top of each other, once I feel like I just can't take anymore, once I have everybody shut the F up when you're around me, excuse my language, that's when I'm like, okay, we have to get to the hospital because this isn't working. If I find myself clinging to my rocking chair, that is a sign that I need to go into the hospital, because for me, I have labored in rocking chairs both times. and I've labored in the rocking chair, and I stood up, and once I got into the bed, baby, come on out. So if I start clinging to the rocking chair, I do have one at home. If I start clinging to that rocking chair, I'm pointing this way because that's where my rocking chair is, then it's time for me to go. So we get to the hospital. No, I do not want any Pitocin. I do not want a any type of a needle. Any needle, I don't want anything. I just want nothing, just plain old me, right? And if they can put me into a rocking chair, if I'm not fully dilated by the time I get to the hospital, because I've always been fully dilated when I got to the hospital. But if I'm not fully dilated when I get to the hospital, I would like to turn the rocking chair towards a wall. Reason being is because I'm very irritable when I'm in labor. I am very irritable. So my goal is to block everyone out and just be in my own zone, okay? Because I don't want to end up yelling at anybody who's just trying to do their job. So that's the plan, to move me into a chair that sits me right in front of a wall or anything that's not people and just rock myself into labor, right? I usually stop rocking when I have a contraction, but I'm right back on it. And I'm not a very big yeller, so I don't yell at all. I just don't make any noise. I like to be in center in myself, right? And that leads me to my second must-have when it comes to my labor. Shh, everyone quiet. Just everyone be quiet. I don't want any talking. That's just because I'm gonna yell at you for whatever you say. It doesn't matter. I'm very irritable, like I said. So Daniel, he's very stoic. I love him, and I know some people get so upset if their husband's not cheering them on. For me, I would rather you be quiet because you have never been in labor, okay? The man, I'm talking about the husband. You've never been in labor, so you can't tell me what to relax, or you can't tell me to push, don't tell me nothing. He might be able to tell you something, but don't tell me nothing. You've never been here, I don't want to hear your mouth. So Daniel, for me, he's perfect. He's very stoic, he's very quiet. I've yelled at him several times without him saying a word. He didn't even say anything. If I see him in my line of sight, I'm gonna be angry because in my mind, I'm in labor and no one's helping. I'm in labor, I'm in pain, and I'm dying and no one's helping me. So that's in my mind. That's why I said I have to be turned away from people. So I would like to do that, turn my rocking chair, and I would like everyone to be quiet. I know the nurses have to come and do their thing, so that's going to be something I have to work with. I'm going to have to figure out. So they have to come in, they have to check the little heartbeat and stuff like that. They have to do all that. So that's something I'm going to struggle with, okay? Next thing. Once it's time for me and they want to check me in, if I'm dilated enough, I like to be up. I like to be up, moving around. I like to sit in that rocking chair. I don't want to be tied to that bed. That bed ain't gonna do nothing for me. I need gravity. So once I'm getting told I have to get in the bed because I'm, fully dilated, I would like to move as I feel the need to. Whether it's laying on my back and propping my legs up and pushing baby out, or turning to the back and on my hands and knees where you're facing the bed and you're like this, and I just push the baby out because gravity, again, is your best friend. That's how I like to do it. If I can push baby out on my all fours, I would love them to hand me said baby from where I am sitting and just lift baby right up to me. There will be no cutting of the cord. There will be no wiping my baby off. It'll just be skin to skin and delayed cord clamping. That's my plan. Once the placenta stops pumping blood to the fetus, to the baby, I will then let them clamp the cord, and then I'll turn around and they'll do all their business. They can do their business when I'm upright, like if you're on all fours. They just look in the vagina, make sure you didn't tear or any of that stuff, so they'll stitch you up. We will flip back around. I'll spend about maybe 30 minutes holding baby without them cleaning baby off, just doing skin to skin. And then once that's all done, then we will give the baby up to them, and then they'll do skin to skin if he's interested. I don't know. That's up to him. But they will, I think he probably prefer them to clean the baby off or whatever, and then hand him the baby. So that is my plan. That's the plan. So I don't know. That's the plan. Okay, again, let me just reiterate this. I will go with the flow, but I do have a plan. I will go with the flow if there is an emergency and I need to do a C-section, or I will go with the flow if I can't take it and I say I want an epidural. I expect the epidural, and I expect to be taken seriously. I don't want anybody saying, no, you can do this, you can do this. If I said I want an epidural, I want an epidural. But I don't want anybody asking me, do you want an epidural? I don't want that. That's the problem. Because then you can get very wrapped up in saying, oh, okay, forget it, I'll just take an epidural. You know what I mean? At one of my deliveries, I was actually bullied into not getting an epidural. They told one of the doctors stood directly in front of me while I was sitting in the rocking chair, and she said, oh, if you get the epidural now, you're going to slow down your delivery. And I was just like, okay, fine, I won't get an epidural. I just wanted her to get out of my face. But as soon as she left, I was like, I want my epidural. You know, I was telling nurses, and they're like, we'll get your epidural. But it was too late. It was just too late. So it was too late. She came right out. So that was the plan. So that's what I don't want. I don't want anyone talking to me. That's why I don't want anyone talking to me, because they can either persuade you into getting an epidural, or they can, you know, talk you out of getting an epidural. And I don't want that. I want the decision to be mine. That's the thing. Okay, after the birth, okay, my plan is I have the adult diapers. They're so cute, guys. When you hear people say adult diapers or discreet underwear, I just look at them yourself, because people say, oh, I thought they were ugly, and I thought I didn't even want to look at them when I bought them. But when I open them, they're very cute, and that's what I'm going to be wearing. I also picked up myself some ice packs for my vagina. I don't know where you guys are, but I only had the ice packs once. In my first delivery, I only gave it to me one time, and it was just that at that time. This time I'm bringing my own breakable ice pads. You shake them and you put them in your, you know, diaper or whatever you're going to be wearing, or your underwear. And I brought that for myself, and it keeps your vagina on ice, which is great. And I'm going to bring like 8 to the hospital with me. Oh, excuse me. And I have a few at home. So I just ordered them off of Amazon, and I picked those up, and the adult underwear are cute. I don't know what people are talking about. It's literally like a pad made into a pair of underwear. That's it. And so when people say that, I got a diaper on, it makes you scared. I've never put a diaper on. I've never used one with the diaper. So don't listen to them. Go look it for yourself. Maybe it's good for you. Maybe it's not. We'll have to see. I've never tried them, but I'm going to try them this time. I did pack them in my hospital bag. So I will be doing a what's in my hospital bag, because I think that's super important. I love doing those videos. I did one with King. I'm not sure if you know. Not on this channel. We had a different channel back then. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That is the plan for the delivery and my due date. That's my due date. You guys want to know, so here it is. It makes no difference. We are going to probably go around the end of July. So that's my plan. I hope I got everything out. Yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to labor as long as I can at home. I will be filming. I don't know if I'll be able to film in the hospital, but I will ask that question when I go to my next doctor's appointment, which is tomorrow. Actually, you're watching it when I'm at the hospital. So yeah, so that's it. You guys, I have to get out of here because I'm sweating. I'm literally sweating. Like I said, we had a heat wave come through here, and we made it. I needed a video because I didn't want to slack on but not putting out a video. So here we are. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. Make sure you go ahead and hit that like button, because you know it helps this channel grow. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.